Everyone, welcome to Hoodoo TV. I apologize for this wait, but nonetheless, we're getting going. Had some technical difficulties, but now everything is good. Tomorrow is Halloween, and tomorrow is the fantastic new comic book day. That means new comics are coming out. Everyone, my name is Hoosier. Thanks for jumping on. If you're new to this channel, try to do live videos once a week. Normally Tuesdays at 6:30. As long as your computer doesn't reset right before you're about to go live, everything will be good. But we're live today. Check us out, sub. Also going to be doing a little bit more review videos. Been a little delay on that, but we'll get some more out there. But anyway, guys, thank you for jumping on. Make sure you jump on and hit subscribe. This week, I actually got the chance to go to Geek Girl Con in Seattle, Washington. It was an interesting con. It was different. It was not your normal con, but it is basically a con where anybody is welcome, and they definitely highlight the female or people that identify as female, their geekness, they're highlighted and they're celebrated. It was a great show. It was at the Washington Convention Center. They only used part of it, but it was still good. It was very crowded. Lots of people there. Lots of people enjoying their comic book geek culture. So I dug it. Guys, make sure we're jumping on Patreon. I do have a Patreon account open now to get us some exclusive stuff, some polls that are coming out. Make sure you're jumping on and support the channel. Even if it's $1, thank you very much for everybody who's donated. And then those who are on the higher tiers, thank you as well. We appreciate that. And also coming up this next time, and I'll get to that later. I'll go to that. But I'm going to jump right into some of the news. Not a whole lot of news today, but some good stuff nonetheless. We have the fantastic news of Bloodshot. It has wrapped. They wrapped the scene, and Bob Layton was there, and Kevin Van Hook, and there they are with the good old great Vin Diesel and Dinesh. I like an interview. If you go to my Twitter, there's an interview I retweeted that Bob Layton did, and he talked a lot about this comic that's out, or this movie that's coming with Vin Diesel. And he talked about how Vin Diesel and one of the creators of Fast and the Furious are creating this new world that we're in with Valiant being a new movie series. And he talked about how it's going to be fantastic, what they're looking for. He talked about how when him and Kevin Van Hook were creating Bloodshot and what they were going for with the world of Valiant. I did like one of the things he threw in there is that there is going to be a Easter egg, a trailer at the end of the movie to try to open up the world a little bit more of the cinematic world. It's halfway down the interview. Definitely a quote that you'll see, and he likes it. He goes, Sony's going to have a big way to kind of lead into a bunch more, and they're throwing those in there. And that part right there alone just got me super pumped up just by reading that interview. Not to mention Bob is just super excited about everything going on. So I dig that. Guys, there's a live chat going on too, so if you guys are some of the people jumped on, make sure you guys are over there and you're jumping into that live chat and you put your pull list in there. Want to know what you guys are getting. Definitely let me know what you guys are pulling. Interested to see what comic books everyone else out there is getting this week for new comic book day. There is one thing I definitely want to be talking about New Comic Book Day, and that is the graphic novel Undertaker. This is by Boom. I have it under the trade weight no more, but this is just a straight graphic novel. I got a chance to read that today, actually, and it's really good. It talks about how when the Undertaker was young, what him and his brother Kane went through, and then just goes through this cool fictional story of Mark Calaway as the Undertaker and what the Undertaker went through, and how it tied in with Paul Bearer and what the storyline necessarily was of the Phenom, the Undertaker, who was one of the better wrestlers in a long time. Like, Undertaker's been one of the best in a long time. Like, you know, when it comes to that era, like The Rock, Stone Cold, Undertaker, those guys were great. I was more of a WCW guy at one point. I love Sting, who's my favorite wrestler. But Undertaker, who doesn't like The Undertaker? He was pretty darn phenomenal in his time. Next up on the trade wait no more is the Volume 2 of Shadow Man, Andy Diggle's run. And this is the Volume 2. This is where Jack gets to go back and see a little bit more of what went on with everything with the Shadow Man Loa. And he gets to learn a lot more about himself. He gets to learn a lot more about his heritage and his lineage of the Shadow Man. And it's gonna this arc really opens a lot of doors, gets more into the mythos of any other piece that they've been able to get with Shadow Man with Jack, and I loved it. I thought it was a phenomenal opening to get that going. Next up is part of the Library of Lemire. This is Hitman in Canada. This is Volume 2 of, or Hit Girl. Hit Girl in Canada. This is Volume 2 of Hit Girl. It is Lemire's arc of it, where she is in Canada. She is up in the frigid north, and she is out there to kick butt, take names. She's a vengeful little 12-year-old, and nothing stands in her way. I give that a phenomenal, like, 2 thumbs up. That is a great one. You're going to want to pull that. I know right now, Albuquerque, I forget what his name is. No, his last name's Albuquerque. He is doing Rome. Hit Girl in Rome this season 3. So I think that's a must get there with Hit Girl in Canada number 2. Next up, we have the close of Shanghai Red number 5. This ends Red's revengeful tale of where Red is going. She's trying to get back to everybody who's put her underneath in the boat that's got her off. And we got William jumping on. Thanks for jumping on, William. And I love this story, and it's coming to a head. She has been pulling off names off her list that have been that she's trying to get her revenge from, and she's coming up to this last one of the most the final piece, the final villain to go through. She's getting to that point, and where this is coming. Joshua Hickson art has been a stellar point to this. I recommend getting it. If you haven't, trade should be coming soon. It's the last piece of this five issue series. So this is number 5 of 5, all the way around. Marvel Spider-Matic comic universe, Spider-Geddon is going on. And Spider-Geddon has tie-ins all over the place. And tomorrow is nonetheless, we get Spider-Force number 1 of 3. This is by Priest, it says, so I'm assuming that's Christopher Priest. And then Vault of Spiders is another one coming out. 1 of 2, both tie-ins to the pretty awesome world that we're getting in with our Spider-Verse. What's gonna happen with Spider-Verse? Where's everything gonna be? Who knows? But that's where we're at with Spider-Verse there. Also on the DC Vertigo line, they got the Hex Wives. Hex Wives is under DC Vertigo, like I said, and it is about these witches, and they've been in a battle with the Architects. This man group that has been in battle with them for years. They thought they have killed off all the Architects, and now the Architects are coming back. There's Architects, and there's going to be this new what thought was to be a perfect world is going to come to a head again, and they're going to have another battle on the brew with Hex Wives. Alterna Comics. This is a fantastic Alterna Comics Midnight Mystery number 1 of 4. This is a detective supernatural suspense story. Alterna Comics has got the newsprint. They are killing it with a lot of things they got on, and this is a brand new number 1 to get things going on. The quality has been really good with the writing and the art that works with the newsprint. And so calling out that $1.50 if you see it in the stores, $1.50 to get a number 1 on stuff that has been pretty good so far. Might as well pick it up. This is awesome. This is Heroes in Crisis number 2. And when I say this is awesome, I don't know. I haven't read it yet. I was going to wait to get this because I believe it is a 7-part series. This is number 2 of 7. And I was going to wait to do it all in one. but people are starting to try to spoil it. I'm starting to go to the store and people are talking about it. People are not shutting up about it. And I want to see what's going on. People have been murdered. People have been killed. People are on the run from the sanctuary. The Trinity's after people. Batman is doing what Batman does with his detective. Who knows? William's on there saying the first issue was so good. I was going to wait, but looks like I need to get number 1, and then number 2 is out tomorrow. But that's Heroes in Crisis. I think this is going to have I don't know. Hopefully this gives a fingerprint onto what's to come with DC, and kind of move forward from there with some of the main characters, to kind of change the direction a little bit. But yet still keep it going since where it's been from Rebirth all the way around. Then we're going to move over to our wonderful Valiant comics. First up is Faith, number 2 of Faith Dreamside. So she is connected to, she's trying to get Dr. Mirage to take on this case to fill out Animalia and figure out what's going on with her dreams and where everything's at. And, Dr. Mirage is kind of skeptical, and Faith is Faith and trying to make things happen and help out her young friend, her young renegade slash Generation Zero friend to get things kind of sighted. So definitely on that. And then William definitely calls out, yes, Tom King. Tom King's awesome. He's been doing a lot of the Batman stuff, and I think he had recently won the Ringo Awards for Best Writer. I believe he won the Eisner Award at San Diego Comic-Con for Best Writer as well. What he's doing with Batman has been phenomenal. So Tom King, yes, thank you for reminding me on that. One book that I have loved from the beginning has been Britannia. Peter Milligan is, I think, doing some of his best work on this. Clearly his best work with Valiant. And then Juan Jose Rip has done a great with the first 2 volumes of this, and now you got Peter Gill filling in, doing this arc, Lost Eagles of Rome. And there was a weird tweet or image or picture that Juan Jose Rip pulled out today, talking about like every beginning has an end, and he posted a picture of what he's done with Valiant, and it was a picture of Britannia. And I don't know if that's cryptic to he's leaving Valiant, or if that was Britannia's coming to its last issue tomorrow, and here's one of the pictures I've done of Britannia. I don't know. I hope that we see more of him. But but going to this book, this issue, number 4, Lost Eagles of Rome, you get Antonius and Aquilia are all in Egypt, and they are discovering where this Roman eagle legionnaire eagle statue is, and they're kind of figuring out what's going on with Rome. What's up with the Pharaoh there? Who ever knows what's up with Nero, and where this connects? Does this connect to the larger Valiant universe? I don't know. But ultimately, Britannia has been a series I've liked. So this is going to be the 12th issue of that. So it'd be perfect time for a nice big deluxe edition to come out with this. Being a fan of deluxe editions, I think that'd be great. Three full arcs right there of a very well done far as art, colors. Yeah, I dig it. So all the way, the first 2 arcs with, like I say, with Juan Jose Rip, and then now with Robert Gill. Cool story, cool concept. Again, bigger picture of Valiant. I want to see what that does. Again, make sure you put it in the comments what you guys are reading, what you guys are pulling, what comic books you are coming out with. I want to know what's going on there. And then as far as this week, this Sunday, we have Jet City Comic Con in Tacoma, Washington that we're going to be at. I know Cristobal Moose will be there as well. It will be a fun show. I know Ben Templesmith's probably one of the big names that I'm looking forward to seeing. And it's a smaller con, but sometimes those smaller cons like that can actually do really well. They're actually really cool because you get a chance to talk with people. You get a chance to mingle a little bit more. And you get to see everything, and it's actually a very fair priced con. Jet City has been great the whole time, And I'm all for that. I'm all into that to see what we get from there. And so Jet City Comic Con is coming. If you're there, make sure you say hi. If not, we'll be thinking about you from there and going back from there. Make sure you're getting your Emerald City Comic Con tickets as well for the upcoming March, because they sold out of 4 days. I'm not sure if they have other days yet. So William puts on there that he is getting Justice League, Aquaman, Drowned Earth, and Wonder Woman Witching Hour. So he's got a couple little DC books there for sure that he's going. Thanks for pulling those up there, William. But make sure you're checking us out on Facebook. Make sure you're on Twitter. And make sure you check out the Patreon account. That helps keep getting books. That helps us keep going to cons. It helps us keep making coverage. Keeping, hopefully, improving the quality. Changing some things up here with the live chat. If you guys haven't tell, a little bit of the, hopefully, upgrades. Just trying to get everything ironed out. And hopefully the computer won't reset right before the 6:30 next week when we go live next week. Should have Jared here with me and talking about some new comic books to happen then. So really want to thank everybody for jumping on. Make sure you're hitting like, make sure you're subscribing, and make sure you check out some of our old videos. And awesome, man. You guys rock. Thank you guys very much for jumping on. Appreciate it. Have a good